We've sneaked in one more question, and it comes from Carl Becker.
Good evening. My question to both of you is, regardless of the current rhetoric, would either of you name one positive thing that you respect in one another?
Mr. Trump, would you like to go first?
Well, I certainly will, because I think that's a very fair and important question. Look, I respect his children. His children are incredibly able and devoted, and I think that says a lot about Donald. I don't agree with nearly anything else he says or does, but I do respect that. And I think that is something that, as a mother and a grandmother, is very important to me. So I believe that this election has become, in part, so conflict-oriented, so intense, because there's a lot at stake. This is not an ordinary time, and this is not an ordinary election. We are going to be choosing a president who will set policy for not just 4 or 8 years, but because of some of the important decisions we have to make here at home and around the world, from the Supreme Court to energy and so much else. And so there is a lot at stake. It's one of the most consequential elections that we've had. And that's why I've tried to put forth specific policies and plans, trying to get it off of the personal and put it on to what it is I want to do as president. And that's why I hope people will check on that for themselves, so that they can see that, yes, I've spent 30 years, actually maybe a little more, working to help kids and families, and I want to take all that experience to the White House and do that every single day.
Mr. Trump.
Well, I consider her statement about my children to be a very nice compliment. I don't know if it was meant to be a compliment, but it is a great. I'm very proud of my children, and they've done a wonderful job, and they've been wonderful, wonderful kids. So I consider that a compliment. I will say this about Hillary. She doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. I respect that. I tell it like it is. She's a fighter. I disagree with much of what she's fighting for. I do disagree with her judgment in many cases, but she does fight hard, and she doesn't quit, and she doesn't give up, and I consider that to be a very good trait.
I want you guys to notice the difference in character and integrity. When asked this question, Hillary just completely negated the fact that they were specifically asking about Donald Trump, to say something nice about him. And instead of saying something nice about him, she just talked about his children, which said that they reflected him. But notice how he, even though he disagreed with a lot of the things that she say and what she's standing for, he still gave her a compliment. He answered the question specifically. They didn't ask you, give your children compliments, you say something nice about the family or anything like that. They said specifically, the question was, what would you say nice about each other? And Donald Trump did that. I believe that she could have said that as well. She could have just came out and said, you know, I believe that he is an incredible father. She could have said he would make a terrible leader, or a terrible, you know, I believe his policies are terrible, but he has shown that he is an incredible father because his children exemplify whatever it is that she believed that they exemplify. So regardless of how the media likes to portray Donald Trump, he is a man, as you can see, of character and of integrity. And with that, thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Down below your thoughts on their responses. And be sure to check the links in the description for free and cheap ways to support the channel. Thank you guys once again, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed in Jesus' name.